Labour Federation, representing over 1 million workers, will be launched this weekend. The federation, formed by the National Union of Metalworkers of South Africa, NUMSA, and other splinter groups from the Congress of South African Trade Unions, Cosatu, will have vowed to forge ahead for the unity of workers whilst remaining apolitical. A workers' summit is expected to be launched at Mehlareng Stadium in Tembisa in Gauteng's East Rand on Sunday. With us in studio is Cosatu's President, Lamini. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Peter. Good evening. Thank you for having us here.
So, on the labour landscape, how significant are this weekend's events, the formation of this new federation, to challenge yours?
Look, we are looking at this weekend, particularly on the 1st of May, the Workers' Day, the International Workers' Day. As we have done all the years, we are currently busy mobilizing all Cosatu workers, their families, and everyone that cares about the unity of the workers in South Africa to join us in our celebrations for May Day this year, coming at a time when we're going through a range of challenges and the working class is under attack here. Unfortunately, it also happens that the attacks come from within. So we are emphasizing the unity of the workers in South Africa under the unions that they have elected leaders. They elect leaders, and it is leaders that will be with them celebrating. We note what we are talking about. We have not had any union that has gone through any congress and has resolved to go to a new federation. We want to spend little time on that. We are focused on ensuring that the workers' celebration is not a day of squabbles amongst workers. We're encouraging unity of the workers.
Are you saying, as far as you're concerned, there are no unions that are joining this new federation?
From Cosatu, there is none. Not a single Cosatu union. And I'll tell you why I say so.
NUMSA was Cosatu?
NUMSA was Cosatu, as you are saying. The Cosatu 18 unions, not a single Cosatu union has gone to a congress and resolved to join a union. If we all respect the mandating processes of our unions, there is not a single one, actually.
So what will happen to those that show up at this summit?
Well, we don't know. We've seen a list of unions, and I don't want to talk about them. In that list, I can tell you there is not a single credible Cosatu union that is in that list that will be part of that summit. We have indeed warned leaders of our unions not to take part in an anti-Cosatu activity. We have called no summit as Cosatu. Those who have called their summit, it's their business. We are preparing and mobilizing ourselves for the 1st of May.
You must be concerned, though, that, 20 odd years down the line into democracy, that Labour in South Africa is not as united as it was in 1994.
Look, I wouldn't say that's a matter that we are less concerned about. We are concerned about that in South Africa you have 76% workers who do not belong to any union in this country. Yet there are people who want to form federations before they even have unions by taking from the existing unions. That is dividing the power that we need as workers in this country. The majority of workers in South Africa do not belong to any union. Only 29% of the working population in South Africa is in a union. We have 23 federations right now. You're talking about a 24th one.
Isn't that a reflection on you then, that you failed to inspire these people to join your unions? Maybe they're disillusioned. They're not convinced by what you can do for them.
Look, I would agree to that point that due to the times we are in right now, due to the fact that we are 30 years old as Cosatu, due to the fact that we are in a space where the economic value chain is changing and has been changing now again, casualization of work, the restructuring has caused to the depletion of the workplace. That's the challenge that is confronting us. The issues confronting workers are still there. They need us united, not depleting our power through forming some new federations all the time.
Zwelinzi Mabavi says that your members in Cosatu are waking up to your inability to challenge government. What do you say to him when he says that?
I will tell him that except for NUMSA, the numbers that he has left Cosatu, when he left Cosatu, when he was expelled from Cosatu, are still there. Those unions are still there. We have 18 Cosatu unions still standing, in spite of his work to try and divide these unions. So we wish him good luck. He has a right to form a federation without unions or with unions, but I can guarantee you Cosatu will remain standing, FEDUSA will remain standing, NACTU will remain standing. They are the true representatives of workers in this country.
If this new federation does gain traction and gain momentum, what can we do to make sure that workers are united in the future?
Of course, workers, we really must talk all the time and talk to one another, because we have but one enemy, the monopoly capital that is ravaging our rights all the time. Workers must continue to talk. We must not work pulling and dividing each other. We must unite all the time.
So Lindsay Maveva also says that because of your political affiliations, you are unable to challenge government and government policies. And as a result, workers are getting more and more marginalized.
Look, let's leave that for the South Africans to judge. Here is the man who has been at the helm of the leadership of Cosatu, championing a strong alliance, supporting the ANC through and through. He has never pronounced himself to be belonging to anything else except the ANC. Today, turning back to say the things he's saying. And I think let's leave that with the sober workers of South Africa to see who is indeed.
So Cosatu is not worried about this new federation being formed?
We are not underestimating their existence, but we are more focused on building a strong, formidable Cosatu going forward.
All right, Cosatu President Stumut Dlamini, a lot of things are going to be happening between now and the local government elections.
Yes.
What are you going to be trying to convince Cosatu? There were arguments and debates about whether to support the ANC, not to support the ANC. Are you single-minded now as a union, as a federation, on what your view is and your support is going to be?
Most definitely. We are coming from our National Congress that has reaffirmed Cosatu's position to support the African National Congress, including in this local government election. We are all out. But we are saying to the ANC, make our job easy. Follow through due processes of nominating candidates so that they are accepted. It will be easy for us to continue on this campaign. Let them sort those small unnecessary issues. We're supporting the ANC.
All right, so thank you very much for giving us your thoughts today ahead of this Workers' Summit taking place this weekend. The President of the Congress of South African Trade Unions, Cosatu, Mr. Stumut Dlamini, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thanks.
All right, so we're going to take